Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door, broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house.
You're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
If you watch this program, you've seen this video by now. A New York woman arrested for changing the locks on men she says were squatting in her own home. She was the one arrested. Well, now a state assemblyman from Long Island filing a bill to make it easier for a homeowner to remove squatters from their property.
The Property Protection Act looks to end squatting, stop the stealing, and protect property owners by clarifying the term tenant to exclude squatters. Here to weigh in, New York State Assemblyman Jake Blumencranz. He filed the legislation. New York State Senator Patricia Canzoneri-Fitzpatrick is also with us. She co-signed the legislation. So welcome to you both, and thanks so much for coming on. Again, that wild video here, we've seen more and more of these stories. Assemblyman Blumencranz, if you could just talk to us about what was going on with that woman and why that ultimately inspired you to get this bill going.
Thank you so much for having us and bringing attention to this topic. So squatting is becoming a crisis quickly here in New York. With that woman and with many other of these cases, these people are showing up with virtually no documentation. And when the police arrive, they can't remove them. They have to go to tenancy court. That could take 2 years, potentially 3 within the next year. So we're really just looking to close the loophole in the law. And if you do not have title, right, or permission from the owner, or if you haven't paid rent, if you can't show that when the police show up, they can remove you. And that's all we're asking, is that there's fairness in this system and that we can close this loophole.
Yeah, and just to understand, for viewers that are watching across the nation that are not in New York, in the state of New York, squatters have rights after 30 days. It means the property owner can't change the locks on them. They can't remove their belongings. They can't cut off utilities. Instead, property owners must go through the court system to get rid of them. And if you were with us earlier in the program, you heard the story of a Texas woman that went through this, and it took her 8 months to get the squatters out. And when we outline the bill, as it says, it clarifies the definition of a tenant, extending the tenancy rights from 30 to 45 days, making squatting criminal trespass to the 3rd degree. State Senator, can you talk to us about this and just how big of a problem this is and your hopes of this bill moving through quickly?
Well, thank you again for having us to bring attention to this important matter. It is critical that we protect our landowners here. They are forced to keep paying their mortgage, keep paying their real estate taxes, utilities, and they are forced out of their own property, yet are continuing to pay the carrying costs and then also have to pay legal fees to actually evict these impermissible users of their own property. And certainly we're going to have a breakdown of our whole system because we need more housing. We need housing on Long Island specifically. And if we have people in there not paying rent, we're just creating more problems for landowners who are just incapable of continuing to front these bills. I'm very pleased to say that we've had support. Jake and I both have had support from the other side to know that this is a critical issue that needs addressing.
Yeah. In fact, lawmakers in Florida recently passing a bill. Here's Governor Ron DeSantis on the squatting issues, both in Florida, but then also recognizing the issues in New York.
What passes muster in New York and California is not passing muster here. You are not going to be able to commandeer somebody's private property and expect to get away with it. We are, in the state of Florida, ending the squatter scam once and for all.
Jake, you think Governor Hochul's on board with your plan?
Well, I really hope that she'll come on board if she's not now. This bill does not just protect homeowners. It protects all individuals who have housing. If they're a tenant and they sublet a unit, they'll be protected under this bill. It's simply protecting those who are law-abiding. That's all this bill does.
That is New York State Assemblyman Jake Blumencranz and New York State Senator Patricia Canzoneri-Fitzpatrick. Thank you both for joining National Report. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.